Hey guys, welcome to your channel. I'm going to give you guidelines regarding some important articles from today's Hindu newspaper. One article from the opinion page is the immediate neighborhood. The article tries to explore the possibility of a successful BIMSTEC regional forum and whether the foundation of BIMSTEC is on the failure of SHARK. This is the core of the article actually. The article shows that the foundation of BIMSTEC is not totally on the basis of failure of SHARK. Both the regional forum has its own benefits, own advantages, and own disadvantages. So this is a good article. Recently, BIMSTEC is in news. So it is a good question. I have already asked this question in my previous lecture, that whether the foundation of BIMSTEC is on the failure of SHARK. So as per the article, yeah, from my own analysis, whatever I have recovered, I have put forward towards you people. So if we compare the BIMSTEC and SHARK, then what are the distinctions we can find between them? That both have distinct geographical identity. One is formed following the route of Bay of Bengal and another is formed following the route of Southeast Asia. Recent success of SHARK is phenomenal in comparison to the success of BIMSTEC. This means SHARK has many successful results. Right, SHARK has been able to pave its own way in international scenario. It has a long successful history in comparison to the BIMSTEC. In the recent 22 years, BIMSTEC has hardly 3 meetings. Even it has recently found its secretariat, and even the recent secretariat is also lacking of funding as well as human resources. Then point 3, the BIMSTEC is moved by many unsolving issues like motor vehicles agreement, coastal shipping agreement, development of free trade zone actually, right? That does not mean that SHARK and other regional forums are not suffering from any problem, right? But if it would be totally wrong to say that BIMSTEC is based on the failure of the SHARK, because it is not that BIMSTEC has all the successful treaties. It is also suffering from various demerits, various disputes, like SHARKs, like both BIMSTEC and SHARK, both these regional forums have not been able to implement motor vehicles agreement. In that way, BIMSTEC is also suffering from the dispute regarding implementation of coastal shipping agreement, development of free trade zone among the countries. In the size of the economy, if we compare the size of the economy between BIMSTEC countries and SHARK countries, then SHARK will automatically overpower the BIMSTEC. Then from this viewpoint also, SHARK has its own merits. In that, SHARK gives a better and wide platform. If we compare the countries related composition of the SHARK and their role in the international scenario, then we can say that SHARK will give India a better platform to raise her voice. Then these are the some distinction here, comparison. Yeah, these are some inputs to write your answer. That BIMSTEC is not totally based on the failure of the SHARK. Then coming to some another points, there is a very important point: motor vehicles agreement. What is motor vehicle agreement actually? Through this motor vehicle agreement actually, under BBIN, India generally what happened when the vehicles, the goods, the cargoes actually cross the border between two countries, then they have to interchange. The goods have to be interchanged. Interchange means from one cargo, the goods have to be shifted to the another cargo. This is a very time consuming, right? Time consuming. It needs very boring process, right? Composite process. Sometimes it is monotonous, means it is not beneficial to cross-border trade, right? And from this viewpoint of view, the motor vehicles agreement actually tries to change the whole procedure into electronic checking without interchanging, means without shifting the goods from one vehicle to another vehicle. The electronic system will automatically automatically monitor the vehicles, right, without the need of changing the shifting of the goods. This is a very time efficient process, good for the economy of both the countries, right? And the motor vehicles agreement have been proposed under three regional forums, respectively SHAR, BIMSTEC, and BVIN. Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, and Nepal. BVIN stands for. But irony is that it has been very pathetically failed under each regional forum. So, what are the disputes or what are the deficiencies regarding the implementation of the motor vehicles agreement under all these three regional forums? You can prepare a note from this perspective also here, right? And India recently proposes the same motor vehicle agreement under BBIN, but here Bhutan has been failed to ratify the treaty. And as for this proposal, Asian Development Bank is the main Asian Development Bank actually provides money, right, for this for this project actually. So here the important note is that try to find out regarding what is Asian Development Bank, right? Who is the most funder here, right? Because UPSC has a tendency to ask question from the background always, right? It has Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. It has asked this time, which is related to it. Belt Route Initiative. In that Asian Development Bank, you can find out that its composition, its role, right? And apart from motor vehicle agreements, another important point is that cross-border power exchange. This is an important topic, cross-border power exchange. And what are the issues regarding implementation of cross-border power exchange between India and her neighborhood countries? I will analyze this topic in a detailed lecture. And as a whole, this article brings the distinction between BIMSTEC and SHAR. And apart from this, some important keywords from the article is motor vehicle agreement and cross-border power exchange. And another important article is decolonizing the Chagos Archipelago. I have already discussed regarding Chagos Archipelago and its geographical position, because in February also this news came when International Court of Justice gave judgment regarding Chagos Archipelago. And here one important another point is that try to find out the composition purpose of International Court of Justice. The Chagos Archipelago, it is all known that it is a part of Mauritius, but in 1965, UK actually take over Chagos Archipelago from Mauritius. UK, United Kingdom, take the sovereignty of Chagos Archipelago. After that, it named it British Indian Ocean Territory. But when Mauritius, till 1965, Mauritius was a colonial. Colonialism was prevailed in Mauritius, and UK extended her colonialism on Mauritius, but when in 1968 Mauritius got independent, Mauritius get recovered from the colonialism. Even then also UK did not return the Chagos Archipelago to Mauritius, and then UK along with USA established a military base here. And the only reason for UK to occupy the archipelago is that that UK is showing her argument that she has her sovereign power on the archipelago, and if there is not any military base on that archipelago, then there will be much more security threats, right? Piracy will prevail and another terrorism will prevail on that archipelago, right? So from this perspective, UK is showing argument that it is utmost necessary to retain the military base over the archipelago. And even in recently, International Court of Justice asked United Kingdom to expel her sovereignty from the archipelago, but UK is not showing good response to the judgment, and even the judgment of International Court of Justice is not binding on the parties. So problem is that what questions are arising from this dispute? Human rights issue from the perspective that UK had to expel a vast amount of population from the archipelago to establish military base with USA here. Right, and it is a kind of neo-colonialism when at this moment when all the countries have been freed from the suffering age of colonialism, at this moment also UK is occupying this archipelago forcefully, even when International Court of Justice gave judgment against United Kingdom. Right. So when United Kingdom, United States of America are the faithful, vehement supporter of human rights, even in now they themselves turn to be a violator of human rights at this scenario, right? So the point is that what should be the role of India in this case? Whether India will support the initiative of UK and USA, or whether India will protest against this. If from the support that, why India should support the ruling of International Court of Justice? Because India has also gone through a very long age of colonialism. India's struggle against colonialism is very expressive, and India has always supported the countries in their battle against colonialism. So, from this perspective, this India should not support this initiative of UK because because it is an effort of colonialism. Right. Then, ruling of International Court of Justice. Right. If India supports UK, then it will show that India actually disobeys the rule of International Court of Justice. Though the judgment is not binding on any party, but it will project a very bad image of India in international scenario. Now coming to the concerns, why there is a chance that India will support this also, right? Because you will see that as UK has offered argument, it is not deniable that there would be prevail piracy and terrorism if there is not any strong military base. So from this perspective, India can also think that there is a necessity of the military base there. Again, in front of the China's growing involvement in Indian Ocean as well as South China Sea, a military base in Chagos archipelago will be a kind of deterrent policy, right? So from these 2 points shows that India might a military establishment in Chagos archipelago somehow will favor India. Then what is the solution? Solution is very simple. That without removing the military base, if UK and USA both recognizes the sovereignty of Mauritius over that archipelago, then the problem will be solved. So these two articles are important, and there are other articles also. I will cover them in my objective question answer series. So I'll again come with another video. Till then, take care and bye bye.